All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're taking the most anticipated entertainment product ever created and treating it like our very own heist blueprint. We're going to uncover every major new feature coming to Grand Theft Auto 6. By piecing together the trailers and official announcements, we can figure out exactly what makes this game such a massive generational leap forward. So, strap in. Here is exactly what we're breaking down today. First up, we'll meet Jason and Lucia. Then, we'll cover the next-gen combat and inventory systems and explore the massive state of Leonida. After that, we'll dig into the advanced AI and social media features, check out the groundbreaking physics and graphics, and wrap it all up with pre-orders and bonuses.
Section 1. Meet Jason and Lucia.
Our two leads are bringing completely different backgrounds to this new entry. Jason brings a highly tactical, military-trained approach to the table. In fact, keen-eyed fans have actually spotted a paratrooper tattoo on his shoulder, which totally hints at his past before becoming a drug runner. On the flip side, we have Lucia. She's got roots in Liberty City. Her father taught her how to fight, and she is a fierce, melee-focused survivor fresh out of the prison system. You even see her wearing an ankle monitor early on.
Now, Rockstar's is explicitly calling this a Bonnie and Clyde situation. They're romantically involved and living rent-free down in the Leona Keys in exchange for doing local shakedowns. But here's the catch. Their trust, or lack thereof, will directly impact your gameplay. If you screw over your partner, you are going to face real, tangible consequences out in the world.
And you're really going to need to master their unique mechanics to survive. Just like the last game, you've got instant character switching in free roam. But during story missions, you'll often have to use a brand new dual control system. You guys are sharing everything, from your stash of money right down to your police heat level. Plus, they each bring something totally different to a firefight. You'll want to use Jason's Deadeye-style tactical view to highlight enemy weak points, and then seamlessly switch to Lucia for her deadly single-shot focus.
Section 2. Next-gen combat and inventory. Preparation is absolutely crucial this time around. You literally cannot pull a rocket launcher out of your back pocket like a cartoon character anymore. Taking a huge cue from Red Dead Redemption 2, a new restriction means you can only carry 2 rifles and 2 pistols on your person. So you'll be strategically loading up your car's trunk with heavy gear before a big score. The weapon wheel is totally redesigned too, complete with quick mod slots so you can slap a silencer on your gun on the fly. And with new gear like zip ties to restrain NPCs, trauma kits, and the ability to use hostages as human shields, combat is vastly more tactical.
And that tactical preparation ties directly into a brand new, highly realistic crime reporting system. It completely replaces the instant, telepathic police response we're used to from the older games. Now, if you draw a weapon or commit a crime, a witness actually has to physically make a phone call. Once they dial, a dispatch countdown begins, giving you a very specific, tense window to act.
Ultimately, this means your heist success heavily relies on crowd control. Picture this. During a diner robbery, one player might be frantically bagging up the cash while the other is strictly on crowd intimidation duty, making sure nobody reaches for a phone. It gives you a realistic, nail-biting window of opportunity to grab the cash and vanish before the sirens even start wailing.
Section 3. Exploring the state of Leonida.
Over 700. That staggering number represents the amount of fully accessible, highly detailed interiors you can walk straight into without a single loading screen. We're talking malls, motels, pawn shops, nightclubs, the whole shebang. This completely changes the way you interact with the map, making the city feel like a living, breathing place rather than just a cardboard backdrop of locked doors.
To actually pull this off, the developers are using a feature called dynamic interior streaming. Instead of trying to keep the entire sprawling city in the memory at once, the engine uses current-generation console SSDs to stream the inside of a building right as you kick the door down. Meanwhile, advanced occlusion tech stops rendering the outside world that you can't see anymore. It's incredibly smart.
This technology breathes life into a gigantic map that stretches way beyond Vice City, out into places like Port Gellhorn and the Grass River Swamps. And there is just so much to do. Whether you're wrangling an alligator out in the swamps, placing bets at an underground cage fight, restoring classic cars, or hitting the gym to pump some iron, the state is incredibly diverse. And the wildlife isn't just set dressing either. Animals behave realistically. A stray alligator wandering into your escape route can totally upend a mission.
Section 4. Advanced AI and social media.
A massive new feature this time around is how doom scrolling actually impacts your gameplay. Social media isn't just background noise anymore. If you cause chaos out on the streets, NPCs will literally pull out their phones, film you, and those moments can go viral.
You can follow in-game influencers, like the rap duo Real Diamonds, to uncover secret side missions. Your reputation will fundamentally change how the city treats you.
The AI has evolved to a point where pedestrians aren't just walking aimlessly on a loop anymore. They have complex daily routines. They'll actively shield their phones from the rain. They react dynamically if you draw a weapon. Some might run, some might pull out a gun of their own, and some will absolutely remember if you've been a menace in their neighborhood. You're no longer just doing things to the world is actively reacting back to you.
Section 5, Groundbreaking Physics and Graphics.
Okay, say hello to the Rage 9 engine. This represents the absolute biggest technological leap in Rockstar's history. Instead of relying purely on massive, rigid animation libraries, the system dynamically assembles character behavior in real time using procedural motion blocks. Add in a ray-traced global illumination, where lighting bounces naturally off surfaces, and you are looking at an engine pushing current generation hardware to its absolute limits.
$300 million. Yes, you are reading that right. Insider reports suggest that this staggering chunk of the budget was dedicated entirely to real-time, physically simulated water and aquatic realism. Florida, or Leonida, is defined by its water. With oceans, swamps, and rivers, the water dynamically calculates high and low tides, wave physics, and it even reacts to environmental factors like wind and helicopter downwash.
This relentless pursuit of realism carries over into the rest of the game world too. The fan-favorite unscripted Euphoria physics engine is back. NPCs will stumble, grab walls, and react to impacts dynamically. But the vehicle physics? That's where things get wild. You'll actually see tires physically flatten and deform under the pressure of a hard turn. Vehicles have independent suspension, and if you wreck a car, you'll see simulated oil leaking from damaged reservoirs. Plus, with reports that 60% of structures feature varying degrees of destructibility, every single high-speed corner feels incredibly visceral and weighty.
Even the environment is out to get you. The weather effects are deeply simulated. Dynamic weather will literally alter your vehicle's handling. Hurricanes can knock over trees, blow around road signs, and force the AI to scramble for cover. And if you zoom in close enough, fluid physics calculate exactly how sweat drips down a character's face or how raindrops beat up on a car window. It's an unprecedented level of photorealism.
Section 6, Pre-orders and Bonuses.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about choosing your style for launch. The Standard Edition gets you a really cool Vice City nostalgia weapon skin inspired by Tommy Vercetti's classic shirt. But the Ultimate Edition heavily leans into that high-fashion 1980s decadent aesthetic. It outfits Jason in a vintage pastel linen suit with an 80s haircut and gives Lucia a red sequin mini dress with tiger print heels. And just note, digital pre-orders for both editions snag you a free month of GTA+.
I'll leave you with this to chew on. We've seen iterations of some of these mechanics before, sure, but never layered on top of each other in a living, breathing ecosystem with this much density. If Rockstar truly delivers on this staggering blueprint, where the world reacts to your viral social media presence while dynamically streaming hundreds of interiors without loading screens, are we looking at a game that permanently changes how digital worlds are built? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep your eyes peeled on the horizon.